Okay, moving on. 16-200, consider and act on a motion authorizing the town to file as an intervenor in the Algonquin Gas Transmission LLC Access Northeast Project, pre-filing docket number PF 16-1-000, relative to potential construction of a liquefied natural gas storage facility in New England.
Move to file as an intervenor.
Can I ask a question?
Hold on, we got a motion.
Yep.
Yes, she made a motion to qualify as an intervenor.
I'll second.
If we just,
Authorize the administration and attorneys
To file as an intervenor
Thank you.
for intervenor status on this case.
You put it first and promote second, so you can take comment now if you wish.
Okay.
Jeremy Bailey, Walton Lake Road. Are we applying to be an intervenor because they did not rule out those two sites? If you remember the last meeting, the chatter
I
was...
think we hadn't heard yet.
We hadn't heard, but
We
this
didn't
might...
hear-
for an update.
Yeah, I was
So
going
if
to,
you
we
wanna-
were supposed to hear at the last meeting, around July 20th. Right.
Those two sites have been ruled out.
They have been ruled out.
Yeah, we're filing as interveners primarily because of the noise issues.
Mm-hmm.
And it will allow the town council to try to have some meaningful legal interaction with FERC and
In
Algonquin and
in Spectra,
Right.
up on
to
Walton Lake
deal
Road
with the
now.
noise
Okay.
issues. However, the LNG thing is a potential issue still. Those two sites are no longer in consideration.
Okay.
Specifically, what two sites are we talking about? Because they
Well,
had
it's a site-
five.
Walton Lake Road.
Walton Lake
Snake
Road
Hill.
And over on Barnes Road.
Barnes Road.
Okay.
However, we've been told, and again, I'm just talking in general, that the process isn't over yet. They apparently have to, according to FERC rules, and I'm getting this secondhand, so I could be corrected on this, that there will possibly be other sites in Burrillville and other towns along the line that they will look at as backup sites or as alternate sites to their preferred site. And it's process related. In other words, FERC requires them to look at a bunch of different places, rule them out, rule them in. And I'm told that Burrillville still has potential sites in that process. So if that does happen, we will use the intervenor status and whatever else we can use to deal with those things if they come up, if they become real.
Okay. So they actually could identify future
They
sites
could.
in Burrillville, even though they've ruled out
But they're
those
still
two?
wanting to
FERC
question it,
FERC
right?
asked them to go back, the initial sites that were decided upon. FERC said that's fine, you know, and one was identified in, not Methuen, Somerset, Mass.
Yeah.
As the
Plan
more-
A is the Acushnet, Plan B is Somerset.
as the more
That's
likely
3 points.
sites, but FERC said, we want you to go back and look at even more sites. There are now 26 sites that they're looking at.
We're looking at 123 sites over 23, 26.
7 towns, I think it was.
That's what we're just told. They're going to go back and do the process they need to do. I believe it's 126 sites up and down the corridor that the pipeline's on.
Between Boston and...
And Burrillville's included in it. So when we find out, if we find out what those sites are, we'll definitely make sure everybody understands what they
Okay.
are.
But in the
But
meantime,
in
we're
it-
going to try to intervene, just to...
But in addition to that, as interveners, we can also hopefully have some control over, you know, the Spectra station and how it's operating, or the lack of how it's operating today. Influence.
Yeah, we
Influence
we
with
believe so,
noise.
but if there's another process to get involved in the LNG situation, we will do that too.
Okay.
But we believe this intervener will help in both cases.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Cathy, Sherman, Walton Lake Road. Just for clarification, so this intervenor status will cover both the Algonquins right now, the noise issue with Algonquin, and any LNG.
I didn't say that. What I said was, I think so. I'm positive it will deal with Access Northeast. Access Northeast is the next third project. The LNG process, I believe, is included in the Access Northeast process, as well as the noise issues and the compressor station upgrade. So those are the things that we know that will be involved in Access Northeast. I believe intervening will allow us to do both. But if there's something different that we have to do for the LNG, we'll bring that back on the table and deal with it.
Thank you for clarifying. Did you ever get a response to the letter, the May 31st letter to FERC regarding the Access Northeast expansion and the issues you raised in that letter?
Other than it's filed. The process actually doesn't start until the fall, when they refile their paperwork, so that we can't even intervene until the fall. We just need authorization to do it. But all of that has been properly filed. We have acknowledgement that it's been filed, so it's legally in the system.
Okay, so then the next step, you'll be notified and hopefully your intervenor status.
Yeah, well, we got to do that when the time is right, but we have authorization to do it. As soon as the time is right, we will file.
Thank you. And thank you, because I know that you've been listening for the last year plus, more than a year, about this, so thank you for doing.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Okay, I have a motion on the floor in a second. All in favor? Aye. Okay, moving on.